Oh, hi everyone. It's Susie from Esoteric Trading Solutions. I hope you're well. I hope you're looking after yourself, being kind to yourself, being kind to your family and friends, being kind to your animals, being kind to your putty cats, just being kind to every animal you've got, and also being kind to people in the world, even strangers, just to make this place a better world. Today I'm going to just do a fairly short video. I only do videos when I get inspired. I can't just beat them out like other people. The video today is going to be how to make money in cryptocurrency land, even when the markets are quiet. I tend not to show myself because maybe I'm just like an Australian. I'm a bit shy, like Sia. I just like to do a voice. I tend not to like myself on screen or video, so I'm sorry about that. But I just like to basically do the voice. So basically, how to make money in cryptocurrency land even when the markets are quiet. So let's just go through that. And these are the sort of things that I do. Okay, so different ways to make money. Obviously, I look at directional trades. Number 2, I look at arbitrage trades. 3A, I look at spread trades between different technologies. Or 3B, I look at spread trades, something that has run, a cryptocurrency that's really run, and potentially another one that I think will run. I also look at leverage trades. I look at staking yields. Also, you could look at earning income on cryptocurrencies. I may have a currency view in terms of the currency against particular cryptos. Also, alternatively, number 8, if you feel like you can't do this for yourself, there's always someone that can manage your money, but obviously they have to have the runs on the board in terms of crypto land, and you need to be able to trust them and all the appropriate documentation and that sort of thing. So let's go to the first one. Obviously, directional trades are fairly simple. If you're bullish, you think the market's going to go up, you actually get long, you buy a cryptocurrency. You obviously want to buy the right cryptocurrency. If you're bearish, you think the market's going to go down, and you sell a cryptocurrency. Now, generally, when the markets go up and it's really bullish, altcoins tend to do better than, say, Bitcoin or some of the top 3 or 4 leaders. So the altcoins do tend to do better. Generally, when the market goes down or it's bearish, the altcoins don't do so well, and Bitcoin tends to do better. But just this year, for example, year-to-date returns, we've seen Ravencoin go up 304%. We've seen Litecoin go up 128%, Texos 149, XRP down 15, and Bitcoin up 40%. So it is a personal choice to whether you want to put on an outright directional trade to get long particular cryptos. But obviously particular cryptos will trade differently in different markets in terms of sentiment of those markets, and whether the market is bullish or bearish, or whether it's quiet or whether it's not. And obviously it depends on the technology and any news that comes out. So all this is, every trade that you put on does have risks, and this is educational only, not financial advice, just to make that really clear. So the second thing I look at for directional trades, and just going here, this is Mazzari that I use. Now, I'm not saying to go and buy this. I don't get this for free. I pay Mazzari $25 a month, so I get nothing for free. I don't market other people's products, but I do like this, but I pay for it like anyone else. I pay $25. And if you have a look at this, they'll show you year-to-date returns here, going down, Bitcoin 40%, XRP down 15 odd percent, which is unfortunate. Ethereum up 15%, EOS 86%, Litecoin 128, and if you keep going down, you'll see Ravencoin there at 304%. So you get the general picture. So if we go to the next slide, I also look at arbitrage trades. Now, something in the cryptocurrency market, there's a lot of different exchanges. Obviously, there's a lot of contracts on all the different exchanges. And obviously, depending on where the exchange is positioned, some contracts or some cryptocurrency will do better than others. Now, give you an example of this. EOS is very much liked by the Asian exchanges because there has been reports that have come out from the Asian exchanges that they see EOS as being one of the best technologies out there. I don't necessarily believe in those reports myself, because I know EOS, when they went to their own mainnet, their own cryptocurrency technology, they had all sorts of problems. But even saying that, I've noticed that there's been many opportunities for different arbitrage trades in the same cryptocurrency pair. So the other day, probably it would have been about 9 or 10 days ago, I saw a trade like this, EOS US, and it wasn't against Tether, it was against the US dollar, where CoinCoin had EOS trading at 587 to buy, and Bitfinex at the same time had EOS US at 603. Now clearly that is an arbitrage between the same cryptocurrency contract. So obviously you've got exchange risk between the two different exchanges, and you've got bid offer spread risk and that sort of thing, and you've got settlement risk depending on how long EOS takes to transfer from one exchange to another. But certainly the arbitrage is to buy EOS at 587 on QCon, transfer that to Bitfinex, and then obviously to sell EOS US at 603 on Bitfinex. Now, of course, there is market risk with this, of course. The question is, you buy it at 587, how long does it take to transfer your coins, your cryptocurrency coins, to Bitfinex? And obviously, how long it takes to transfer, you've got that market risk there, that this might go down the 603, but also you've got charges for the transfer from one exchange to another. So assuming the price doesn't change, you've got basically, you bought at 587, you've sold at 683, your overall position is nothing. You've locked in 16 cents per 1 unit of cryptocurrency, less the exchange costs and less any market price moves on Bitfinex. Okay, so that is an arbitrage where basically once you've cleared your position, you've made effectively 16 cents per 1 unit of cryptocurrency for less costs. Okay, and I do look for those opportunities a lot. There's a lot of different exchanges. I do have a lot of different exchange accounts. Obviously, you've got exchange risks as well, but those arbitrages do come up quite a bit. And, you know, basically in my mind, that's money for jam. Absolutely. So other things I'll look at also when I'm looking to add to my profitability, I'll look for spread trades within different technologies. Now, I'll give you an example of this. Tron is POS, and Ethereum is proof of work. Tron is proof of stake. Now, obviously, there's been a lot of banter between Justin's son, Tron, who wants to outperform Ethereum, who, you know, is talking about his technology being a lot better than Ethereum's. It's faster in terms of technology and transactions. It's larger in terms of, you know, how much data it can hold. It's doing more apps. They're offering a lot of benefits to the developers and everything else. And obviously, Ethereum is trying to increase the power of their technology now. And Vitalik Buterin and Justin Sun have had a lot of bantering between each other. So the spread trade, in my mind, is between two different technologies, POS versus POW. And also, you know, two different main nets and obviously two different marketing strategies and that sort of thing, and two different exposures to different markets. So the sort of spread trade I would do is, you know, and obviously look at the charts and see where it's been and how low it's been and this sort of thing. This looks fairly low to me, but I'm not advising anyone to do this. This is just education only, because I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. But in my mind, for me, for my portfolio, this is not a bad deal. Tron versus Ethereum. I buy Tron and I sell Ethereum. For me personally, I believe this is not a bad trade to do, because I do believe that Tron will gain mileage in time over Ethereum. Just simply because they're increasing their mainnet all the time. They're increasing the volume of their transactions. They are cheaper. They don't have this proof of work concern with miners, which causes a lot of delay, causes a lot of queuing for Ethereum transactions when it gets busy, particularly with crypto kitties and the like, with collectibles. So for me, that would be a spread trade that I'd have on for some time. And, you know, it's another way of adding potential profitability to your portfolio or your trading position. So another thing I would look at doing as well, and this is just for my trading and what I do, you might look at a spread trade with a crypto that has really run hard. In other words, a cryptocurrency like Binance that, you know, literally got up to $25 or so, and it's run very, very hard in the last month or two. And you might decide Binance has run too hard, and your fallback position or your benchmark position is Bitcoin, which is run less. So say, for example, you find a cryptocurrency like Raven, for example, which is up 300%, and Bitcoin's only going up 40%. It doesn't even have to be, against Binance. It could be against Raven. You sell Raven and you buy Bitcoin, for example, or you sell BNB, Binance, and you buy Bitcoin. So again, fundamentally and technically it has to line up, but it's just to give you an idea of what I look at when I'm, managing money or when I'm trading money and that sort of thing for myself. So you could do spread trades between different cryptos. You might decide that XRP has been sold down year to date 16%, Binance is up. You might want to do a spread trade between XRP and Binance, for example. Buy XRP and sell Binance. I mean, there's many different opportunities like this. And the thing is, you need to take into account, obviously, what exchanges you're using, market risk, bid offer spread risk in terms of these different spread trades. The liquidity in those spread trades is a really important thing as well. Okay, so there's all those sort of things to take into account as well, which there's risks to every different type of strategy. Now, you might decide, fourth, another type of strategy is a leverage trade strategy. Okay, now what I look for when I talk about leverage trade strategies in terms of cryptocurrency land, I look for cryptos which are very, very low in price, well under a cent, so I can get my leverage. They have lots of volume on the exchange. They're on a reasonably reputable exchange. They have a reasonably tight bid-offer spread. In other words, a reasonably tight buy-sell spread. I only have to do a small bet. The small bet might be 100 US, it might be 200 or 300 or up to 500. And because I can buy a lot of something or sell a lot of something, I get high leverage. Okay, so that's what I look for when I do trade a leverage trade. And I may not have it on for very long. It could be a day, it could be a week, it could be, 3 days or something. So often I will go through the very low price cryptocurrency, often anything well under a cent, and look at the trading on it. I may not know too much about it technically because it is only a trade, fundamentally I should say, and I'll look at the volume and look at the bid offer spread and make a decision whether I'm going to get in to trade something, okay, on a very low bid offer spread. And basically my criteria is even something like this VNX Ethereum, it's literally 0.0000 whatever, but it has to have a very tight bid offer spread, tight buy sell spread, and lots of volume. Okay, that's the criteria I look for. So if we go to the next slide, say for example I'm interested in this CHP/Ethereum. Now I don't know anything about CHP because it's only a trade for me, a short-term trade, not financial advice. Just a short-term trade for my portfolio. I'll look at the trading volume, it's starting to rise, and basically I'll look at the bid offer spread between, obviously if you look at this, 703, forget about the zeros, and 699, which is not too bad, has a fair amount of volume and market depth. This is the sort of thing I will look at. Okay, great market depth, tight bid offer spread, it's not too wide. I only have to do a very small bet and it's a very, very low price and it's on a reputable exchange. Okay, there's always risk to any trading position, as I said. This is not financial advice, but these are the sort of things I do, and this is what I call a leverage trade. Okay, it's a low risk bet, and if I'm right, I'll make good money out of it for $100 because I get leverage. It means that I can buy a lot of CHP against selling Ethereum, if that makes sense. The fifth way to make money in terms of cryptocurrency land, even when the market is slow and not a lot's going on and it's going down a bit and up a bit or whatever, you may decide to take advantage of staking yields. Okay, now this source is Mazari again. As I said, I don't get this for free. I have to pay $25 a month. So essentially, there's all these different coins and they have staking yields, for example. So say we talk about Dash. Dash, if you buy Dash for an annualized, you'll get a staking yield of 6.49%. It's a master node, and basically you have to buy 4.812 million of Dash to get a master node, and that's your staking yield. Okay, obviously some of the smaller cryptocurrencies, you know, the staking yield may be less or more. It just depends on the cryptocurrency, but you can get, you know, a staking yield of X%, say Zcoin, for example, of 18%. Now, obviously, that's very high, but you do, keeping in mind, you do have the underlying risks of being in that cryptocurrency, particularly Zcoin or Dash, which are privacy coins. And as we know, with some exchanges, privacy coins have been delisted because they are privacy coins. Also, there is a risk if there's government regulation, you may find privacy coins may not even be allowed full stop, which I think there's always a risk of that. Also, it depends on the fundamentals of that privacy coin and also the technicals and so many other things, where it's sitting, you know, whether it's, you know, what exchange it's sitting on, but also the technology, also whether the cryptocurrency of that, of Dash or whatever, and the technology, whether they also have enough money to support themselves in terms of the developers, you know, increasing the value of that technology and everything else, okay? A lot of these cryptocurrencies, as you know, did ICOs, and, you know, you've got to ask yourself, you know, 2 or 3 or 4 years down the track, when they did their ICO, are they a viable business? Are they a viable technology? Are they running out of money? All those different risks, and you need to do a proper cryptocurrency review of this for an investment, because it is a 1 year, you know, staking yield. Okay, so there's all different risks that you need to be aware of. So the next one is another way of earning income on crypto. Everything has its own risk. Okay, and I want to really emphasize that. You can actually earn income on cryptocurrency. So you lodge a cryptocurrency with someone to earn income. You know, the risks are, you know, many. You could basically, you lose control of your cryptocurrency. So you're effectively giving it to a custodian. Okay, someone's holding your cryptocurrency on your behalf. And the biggest risk is you've got to ask yourself, are they a bona fide custodian? Who are they? Is the firm you're giving your cryptocurrency to, or the organization, you know, will they be around in the next year or two? You know, what security do you have if they go down? You know, do they have cryptocurrency insurance, for example? Now, we've seen this with some of the cryptocurrency organizations that give you money for your crypto, like Nexo. They have $100 million insurance policy with Lloyd's of the UK. But again, you've got to say, if they're lending out, you know, if they're holding 500 million of cryptocurrency and they're lending out loans to people, and they're giving income on the cryptocurrency that you're giving them, and they've only got 100 million insurance, then, you know, you've got to weigh up that risk as well, okay? Because a lot of these organizations are not regulated either. They're not banks and they're not regulated, and that's a big issue. So you've got to weigh up the risks of earning, say, 7.5% on Dash, annualized or whatever, you know, with an organization that is not regulated. And, you know, are they a proper custodian? They may not be, and they may not be insured for cryptocurrency loss if they get hacked with a malicious attack. So you need to do your homework as well. Not only on the cryptocurrency that you're lodging, is it a good investment in terms of should you invest in it, but also where you're placing your cryptocurrency and those risks, okay? Now, the seventh one, how to make money, is also, you may decide, no one thinks about this really, but I do, a currency view in terms of cryptocurrency land, okay? You may believe that yen will do better than USD or US dollar tether. Or you may believe that US dollars, real US dollars, will be better than US tether. Now we've seen a US dollar at $1, and now US dollar tether is at 98 cents. And we've seen at its low, US dollar tether has gone to 93 cents. So you might buy US dollar and sell US dollar tether at 98 cents, believing that US tether is going to go down to 93. When it goes down to 93, you've made yourself 5 cents and you unwind that trade. Or alternatively, you might buy yen because you believe yen will outperform US dollars or US tether when the stock market comes down. Shares get sold in the US, the US dollar shares, and US dollar goes down with it, okay? So you decide, I'm going to buy yen. So I would look to do that in the most liquid cryptocurrency that settles fast, i.e. XRP. I'd look to do it on bona fide exchanges. I'd look at the bid offer spreads, all that sort of thing, the costs. And I may decide, right, hit BTC, I buy XRP, I sell US dollar Tether because I don't like it, right? And I go and I go and sell XRP on Kraken and I buy yen. Okay, you get my gist here. So the overall position is I have a buy yen and a sold US Tether. And I believe US Tether will underperform US dollars. I believe the yen will go up because as markets become more risk averse, particularly in other financial markets, they buy yen and they sell US dollars. Okay, so alternatively, as I said, you could buy US dollars and sell US dollar Tether if you believe US dollar Tether is going to go down as well and underperform the real US dollars. So risks here, obviously exchange, timing, currency movements, cryptocurrency movements, cost, etc. And there's more other risks as well. But you get the general idea, okay? So the eighth thing is, if you can't do any of the previous, excuse me, the eighth thing to do is have someone manage your money for you. If you believe that the previous stuff that I've spoken about is too high for you and you just don't want to do it. In this situation, though, the risks are you lose control of your crypto. Are they a bona fide, again, custodian? Who are they? Are they regulated? Is there trust? Can they make money? What are the terms? What are the contracts? And more, okay? So this is just a very short video, guys. I didn't want it to be too long. I have to do videos when I'm inspired. If I'm not inspired, I can't do them at all. So I'll leave you with that. Just food for thought, darlings. It's not, it's only education only. It's not financial advice. I hope you're all well. I really hope you're all looking after yourself, not stressing out too much. Life is very, very hard, I know. Also, please look after your family and friends, really important. Look after yourself, look after your animals, look after your putty cats, all your baby animals, all your friends, and please be kind to people in the world because it's a really, really hard world to be in. Everyone feels it, and honestly, if you can just say a kind word to someone, it makes everyone feel so much better. Thanks, guys, for listening, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.